Welcome to the Legend TV studio. This is the very first glimpse behind the scenes of the world's first interactive TV. Now, it may not look like much, and you'll be like, what are you talking about, Mel? But I haven't even begun to show you what this can do. What we are going to be able to do is create the TV studio with an audience experience, but you are the audience wherever you are in the world. So you are going to be remote but together in the audience of a TV studio show, and you are going to be able to be part of the show. Now I am going to introduce my very first guest, who is going to help me to demonstrate just a little bit of what we can achieve here. You may have guessed that my very first guest is Benjamin Gow. Before I go and bring him into the studios, I'm going to have to leave to do that, and I'm going to leave you with an anecdote about Lady Diana and clutch bags. Lady Diana always had a clutch bag for one reason and one reason only, so that when she stepped out of the cars, the paparazzi didn't get a cleavage shot. Now, I don't have a clutch bag because I'm not that sort of girl, so I have a handy Moroccan slipper instead. So I'm just going to use my new Moroccan slipper clutch bag and go and fetch Ben, bring him onto the studio so that you can begin to see what magic can be created. See you in a sec.
Hello there, legends.
Hello, Ben. Welcome. Now, tell me, what is it that we've actually got here?
Well, first of all, thank you so very much for the honor of being the first guest on Legends TV. What a pleasure that is.
No, the honour is all mine.
Well, what we're essentially running here is a combination of two worlds. One that I'm very familiar with, which is the gaming and streaming world, and combining that with the online conferencing world that you're all familiar with, and marrying them together to kind of be this interactive, first of its kind interactive TV show that you're seeing here that can be brought to you at your home.
You explained it to me when in development that it's like the cables in the studio and the cables around the world all connected in this space, which, by the way, is my shed. This is Shed TV Strong, hashtag that. And I absolutely loved that image, Ben, how we were all connected by virtual and real cables from all around the
Yeah.
world.
It essentially functions as the virtual and physical cables all coming together and all working in order to bring it and make it work and have what we have here.
And so what are we going to be able to do with this, space that we have on the sofa next to me?
This is the exciting thing, is that we're going to be kind of having that traditional talk show look with the hostess and then the guests and the audience and studio audience and interaction with studio audience, but online. And we can have the Zoom studio audience in this little box, and we may need to still have like the applause cards and the laugh cards, just to make sure that the audience knows how to react to our amazing jokes. But the potential for this little rectangle is amazing. We can have pictures, videos, quotes, audience, presentations. We can even pretend that we're really studio fancy and have other sets where we can set up another camera and another audio system and swap to it, and have different graphic setups and have a different studio that we can deliver other kind of content with mid broadcast, which is really sort of stepping up your average Zoom conference, which is side by side camera, to being a full on production, TV level production in a shed.
Hashtag that. Shed TV
Hashtag
Strong.
shed.
And I think this is the really important thing about this. We are in my shed, and you you know me, I'm not resourced with my millions of dollars. And yet I can create this experience. And this is the whole point. This is what our duty is. We are all going to be spending more time online. This is now our main stage. And it's essential that we really try and think about how we can make this a part of the brand experience, how we can make this an experience. Time, you are giving me your time. How can I make that time worth more? How can I bring more of myself to this? This is the new stage. This is where we can now perform without going outside with a video cameraman and a B-roll and some music and some fancy editing. If we were allowed outside, this is how we can, this doesn't stop us doing fancy videos that look like movies. This allows us to make that we produce for the public seamlessly blend in with the time that you spend with your clients. Now, this is how I'm going to use it to support my programs. Somebody's going to, a client is going to take a learning module, and then the Q&A is going to be here, the support Q&A. And I'm going to be able to have a guest who is going to be bringing more expertise to the whole experience. Maybe not quite as much as my Maverick Genius son, my Maverick Genius hacking son, but I'm sure that we will have experts worth watching and listening to. And then I'm going to open up the Q&A, and it's going to be here. Performance is going to be here. The workshop weeks are going to be here. So this is going to be much more of an experience. And the beautiful thing about this is you can create your own kind of experience. You're limited only by your imagination. And it's not as if we don't have examples of people who are creating an experience in this rectangle. They are performing out of the rectangle. If you think about it, newscasters, good morning TV sofa hosts, chat shows, as we've already mentioned, this is going to be like the Daily Show, but without the desk, the political commentary, or the resources. If you think about that, people have been reaching through this screen and into our front rooms and making us part of the experience for a while. So your inspirations are out there. You're limited only by your imagination and by some help, which I got with Ben. Now, his role is actually called a Jamie. And maybe, Ben, you could tell us why you are a Jamie.
If you know who Joe Rogan is, you might be familiar with this. But he runs the world's most popular podcast. And the guy who runs his show, Jamie, who he's constantly referencing, is Jamie, bring this up for me. Jamie, can you do that for me? Jamie, show me this, show me that. So that role of the person who runs your show is become known as a Jamie. So I will be Jamieing the Legend TV show.
Well, and I think everybody's going to be needing a Ben, because it is in fact Ben who hacked all of this and created it. And if you want to have a chat with him about what is possible for you, because you don't have to have the whole thing that I've got here, you could literally just create more interesting videos, but from your home. Shed TV strong. That you're going to have all the graphics in it, and you can have your quotes show up and all sorts of things. Even your teach could show up in the corner here. So
well, that was the cool thing, was that we sat down and had a conversation in the kitchen, and it was only a small little conversation, and we put this whole thing together from that. It started off as a small idea, and we brought it to this stage already, and the potential for it is massive.
I love the way you've put it there, Ben, because that's what I say, is that you can literally pull an idea out of the air. It's, just take that thread and pull, and you'll literally, turn that idea into something that can take flight over an entire city, light up a night sky, and be seen from space. That is exactly what happened. It was my 55th birthday on March the 23rd. I'm only telling you the date so you remember next year. But it was the day that the UK went into lockdown. And I realised that I could still have an enormous birthday party by simply putting out a Zoom invite. And for 8 hours, people from all over the world joined me at that point on my sofa in my front room. And there was only a half an hour where it was just me and one other person. And the beautiful thing is we had maybe 20, 30 people on the line at times, but I was able to see somebody there needed to connect with that person there, and this person was in books and that person was an author, and all sorts of magical connections came out of it. And I was so emboldened and amazed by the potential of what that showed me. That's what I went to with Ben, and I simply said, Ben, how do we make this happen? And it's oh my gosh, it's less than a couple of months, really. And we've done this. And I'm not saying it's not hard. Ben has hacked away at this. You know, we've been recording this for 5 days. And every time we come up with a glitch, Ben sat and ironed it all out. And I'm not saying it's perfect. We're still just not, you know, but we're not perfect. We're getting there. I mean, for a start, I'm going to need a new background so that I, you know, don't bleach out quite so much. Currently, we're using a cushion behind my head. And there's a couple more technical glitches. But with what we've got, look what we can do. And this is something you can do. I want this to be an invitation to you to think about how you can make the time people spend with you more of an experience, something exceptional that is limited only by your imagination, and a phone call to Ben, obviously, who can help you to realize it, to talk you through how to do it. You even have your own Zoom room now, right, Ben? You don't mind if people like book in and have a little chat.
You supply me with the imagination, and I'll get it into the tech.
That is incredible. Thank you so much. Ben, I am genuinely incredibly proud of you. And I just want to take this absolute opportunity to say thank you for being not only an amazing son, but an amazing Ben that everybody is going to need.
All right, let me hold up the R card for the audience.
All right, enough of that. This is the first glimpse of the possible future. This is an idea whose time has come. This is your stage, and you can have it your way. Whatever idea you want to pull out of the Ethernet, think of it as the stage that you create. I am now going to find that Moroccan slipper that I had. I'm going to pull off my little Diana trick, and I'm going to go over there just so that we can say goodbye to Ben, and I'm going to see you on the other side. Life really is a brief shot at something incredible. Let's make our stories matter. Let's do things that are amazing. Let's bring more of ourselves to every space that we occupy. Let's create the stage as we walk it. As I said, I'm popping off. I'll see you on the other side.
Bye, legends.